During this conversation, a man seated at another table with a party of other men has begun attracting her attention in the crudest kind of way. Where do they come from, these guys? What do they do when they're not acting like this? The men are laughing loudly. She and her companion are the subject of the jokes. That's obvious. She is afraid of what is happening.
I think we ought to go now.
They ought to go now.
I do too. Those drunks are making me mad.
Don't do anything. Just ignore them. We can pay the waiter on the way out.
They stand to go to walk by the men. Laughing at them is the direct way. To take another path would invite comment. She walks past the table ahead of her companion. As he starts to walk past the same spot, the man at the table leans back suddenly, knocking him into a person at a third table. Much laughter. Her companion puts the coats he is carrying, his and hers, on the nearest chair and hits the man who leaned into him, more or less in the face. This is what it has been leading up to. Two other men from the table grab her companion. Clumsily, the fourth is laughing loudly. She notices how much the men are grunting. Other people in the restaurant are talking loudly. Two waiters are there almost immediately. Their authority prevails. The man who was attracting her attention fakes some kind of emotion. He calls her ugly names. There is still pushing and shoving a woman from another table is talking loudly to the drunken man who started the trouble. He answers her in vile language. Her companion then strikes the drunk very hard and quickly. The drunk is obviously hurt. His face is bleeding. The other three men from the party talk loudly, but they are afraid. Suddenly there are two policemen in the room. Everybody is surprised. Why are they here with so much authority? The drunken men pretend that they are sober, but they respond too quickly to the policemen and to the commands. They argue. The younger waiter explains quickly to the policeman he called them earlier. He saw the trouble coming. There is very little discussion. This is the source of the police authority. They have learned not to listen unless they have asked to be told. They are not interested in blame before anyone is aware that it has been done. They have the names of everyone in the restaurant. They have moved the four drunken men to the sidewalk. Another police car arrives, lights flashing, but the policemen do not come into the restaurant. The four drunken men are gone. One of the policemen speaks briefly to the man who struck the drunk and hurt him. The man looks very sad. His wife is trying to console him. The waiter explains that the restaurant does not expect to be paid. The man and woman leave quickly without speaking. The waiter apologizes for what happened. He saw the trouble coming, but he didn't know how to stop it. He called the police. They didn't get here in time.
4 nicotine cigarettes.
Tomorrow morning.
A little
It's
bit
always
of
too strong. Why do people drink it?
marijuana. End of the cocaine.